Hello, my friend. Oh, we got some stuff to talk about this week, and I'm excited to hear your thoughts here in the collective brain of makeup awesomeness. Welcome to live chat. This is where we talk about what's happening in the YouTube community and makeup and all of that fun stuff. And I am excited to be here. And for some reason, my thingy is blinking. Hopefully it's not blinking for you. All right, I think we're good. I think we're in a good place. All right, so if you've never seen me before, my name is Jen, and you're on my channel. It's called Jen Loves Reviews. Is it blinking for you? My husband's sitting here making sure everything's okay. My playback is like blinking black and on the screen, so I'm hoping it's not doing that for real, for real. Okay. That's super weird. I don't know what's happening. Okay, I'm going to pretend like it's not there because no one else seems to be able to see it but me. So today we're going to talk a little bit about what's happened with the Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star collab and what we think about the series. Shane has come on and said, you know, he's not really sure how he's going to finish the series out. It was supposed to be a 9-part series. We're at part 6. And now he's kind of like, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. And then he came on another time and was like, I know what I'm going to do. I know how I'm going to do this. So we really don't know what's going on in his head. But I want to talk about how this whole thing is played out with the launch of the palette and all of that. So we'll see how that goes. And then I do want to talk about where I've been, where I was last weekend. I was at Nick Snider's housewarming party in Texas. And if you do not know Nick Snider from The Viewer's Voice, he has a drama channel. It was like a drama channel get together. So I was like, why was I there? It wasn't all drama channels. There were other people there too. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about the Ofra Cosmetics launch party that I went to. I stayed with Samantha March. It was incredible. So we'll talk a little bit about that as well. And if we have time, then we'll chat about whatever you all want to talk about. So before we get into the Shane Dawson Conspiracy palette and my thoughts about that and kind of a different perspective, let's go ahead and say hello to the collective brain of makeup awesomeness, also known as the people that are here in live chat. When I invite people into my home, I like to say hello very quickly. So hello to my friend Monica and my friend Debbie. Dismally is here, Consuelo and Tashina, and Helpful and Happy, and my friend Shirley is here, and Kelsey and Holly. Good morning to you. Ginger, Live, Laugh, Love, Dream 23. Hello to you, Amanda, Tracy, Lisa, Kara, and good morning to everybody. Good morning to Tracy and Octopop and Shelly and Valerie, my friend, is here. Good morning to you. If I did not say good morning to you, good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here. Let's see. We've got about 700 people in the chat, so we'll see how this goes. All right. So here's the thing. Okay, I'm not sure about you. Let's talk about the Shane Dawson stuff first. I'm not sure about you, but when I first started watching the trailer, and I watched the trailer, my thought was, oh my gosh, here it comes. I was concerned about the exposing of the beauty community. I was concerned that it was going to be all about the drama, you know, all about the craziness and the hype and all the negative of the beauty community. I don't know Tati like real well, but we've talked some behind the scenes. I've met her a couple of times, and she's always been kind to me. So thinking about Tati being dragged back in to all of the drama and everything relived, rehashed in front of a larger audience made me a little uncomfortable, thinking about her and what she's been through. I know everyone has their own opinions about Tati. All I can do is speak from my own perspective. So I was concerned about that. I was concerned about it just being a generally negative series about the beauty community and not talking about how much positive there is out there. And we're going to talk about a lot of the positive in the second part of this video when I talk about the places that I've been. You know, there's just a lot of great people in this community. You know, I go to a lot of events. I meet a lot of people. I have a lot of friends that make videos. And, it's not all negative. It really isn't. And I was concerned about that. So then the series came out, and it turns out it isn't about that at all. Like, it's about the behind the scenes of Jeffree Star Cosmetics is what it's about. But the trailer didn't make it look like that. So there's kind of like a little bit of a switch that happened with the actual the actual series when it came out. There was a little bit of a switch of what I felt. I don't know if you felt that way. Maybe it was just me. What the trailer led me to believe it was going to be about, and then what it actually ended up being about. So it's all led up to the palette launch. It's all led up to the merch launch. And now, the palette is launched, the merch is launched. So are we at a place where it doesn't even need to continue anymore because we've hit the climax of it? And it's like, okay, we're done. It kind of reminds me, I was talking to my husband about this earlier, and I was like, kind of reminds me of like the Toy Story franchise. Okay, stay with me for a second. So, this movie comes out called Toy Story. Well, Frozen too. I'm going to use Toy Story though. So, the movie comes out and everybody gets, sucked into the characters and loving on the characters. And the next thing you know, there's Woody t-shirts and dolls and, all the different characters. There's all the toys and everything. So because you have this emotional attachment to the movie, you go out and buy the merch that goes with it because it gives you kind of a piece of that feeling that you felt while watching the movie. You get to take that home with you. I'm thinking from, a child's perspective, you find your favorite character and then you can buy the stuff. And Frozen 2 coming out, big Elsa fans go and get their Elsa t-shirts and their Elsa Halloween costumes and their crowns. This is no different. That's exactly what just happened. That intentionally or unintentionally, Shane and Jeffree have created a movie where there's merch you can buy if you felt attached to it. I mean, was that the whole purpose of the series? Was to sell stuff, to be able to go beyond AdSense, beyond the sponsor content, and make even more money by selling the stuff that goes with it. I mean, is that inherently a bad thing? Or is that just what people have been doing for, as long as there's been the ability to get merch from a TV show or a movie? Is it bad? Is it a bad thing? Or is it just a natural progression for YouTube? I don't know. That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know from you. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the collective brain and let's have a chat about it. All right. Benoit Victor says, movies coming out for the sole purpose of selling merchandise and products has been a huge issue since the 1970s. Never saw it coming from someone like Shane. See, that's the question is it a bad thing? Because I bought it. Were we all tricked into buying this? That's the question. I don't think we'll ever know what the initial motivation was. Was it to create something cool and really expose, the back end of the beauty industry? Because I don't know about you, but I really enjoyed the series. I love learning about what was happening. I love the transparency of it. I really, truly, genuinely enjoyed it. So I got value out of it that way. I don't know. Let's see. Shirley says, I completely agree with you, Jen. Dreamer JS says, for those that have known Shane for 10 plus years, his chat about not caring about the money, etc. is what I've been saying. He's ignorant to that part of it. He loves making others happy. I don't know if he's ignorant to it. I think it's a byproduct. This is my thoughts. I don't know if he's ignorant to it because he knew how much money he could make. It was on video how much money he could make. He was well aware of how much money he could make by doing this, but was it done with malicious intent? I personally don't think so. I don't think it was done with malicious intent. I don't think it's a cash grab. I don't think, at least from, in my thoughts, I like to believe the best in people, and I like to believe that Shane didn't do it just for the money, that he wanted to create a series, but who really knows, right? I mean, we all have to kind of make that internal judgment. I mean, Jeffree, we already know Jeffree is a marketing machine. He is an incredible businessman. Like, this is been the biggest launch of his brand. At least I believe that's what he said on Twitter, that this was the biggest launch of his brand. I do believe it is. I mean, we don't know. We just don't know. All right, Kimberly, I agree that it was a marketing thing, but at the same time, they did a good job on the series. Jeffree Star shadows are high quality, so at least both were well done. Okay, I'm kind of with you on that. I think that's the way I'm feeling, Kimberly. I think we're on the same place. Karen says it's not a bad thing. Why would this be such a negative thing? I enjoy both Shane and Jeffree. And when it comes down to it, it was my choice to purchase this. It was my choice. And I don't feel personally duped into buying this. I don't feel like I was tricked into buying this. If I didn't have a makeup review channel, I don't know if I would have bought this, but I know that my audience is going to want to know what I think of this. And that's why I purchased it. It is really cool looking. I mean, this is raised here, which is a super neat touch, and you got the clasps on it. I'm not going to give you the full review right now. This is the third or fourth time I've worn the palette. But, I mean, I don't want to go into the review. I'm like trying to hold myself back because I don't want to go into the review. Review's coming. The plan is to film it this week. But I don't feel tricked into buying this. I really don't. I don't know if you feel that way. I would love to know if you're watching this on the replay. I have a hair that's going in my eyeball. I'd like to know if you're watching this on the replay, whether you felt tricked into buying it. I don't. Morgan thinks it was a cash grab. High Vibe Empath says, I feel like it's a natural progression. It's our jobs to be conscious consumers. I lived for the series. I didn't buy anything, but I do love swag. It also looks like it was all worth it and high quality. And I did get to see this hair in my eyeball is driving me nuts. I did get to see some of the merch in person when I was in Texas. I got to see the bag, the pig backpack, and it is really cute. It really is. I mean, it feels very soft. It's a very large size. It's like this big. It's a big size. A lot of stuff fits in it. I didn't buy any of the merch because none of it spoke to me. None of it was anything like that I personally would use. I thought about maybe getting the slides because I thought maybe I could use them, but it was like the only reason why I was getting them was because it was, part of the series, and it wasn't my aesthetic enough to pull that trigger on that. But with this, I'm going to review it for the channel, so that's why I purchased it. So I don't feel like I was duped into buying any of the merch, Like High Vibe Empath is saying, it's our job to be conscious consumers. I agree 100% with that. Matthew says, bit late, but the series was just an over-glorified vlog when it was hyped up to be an inside look at the beauty community. Messy and disappointing. I get that too. I get that. Over-glorified vlog. Was it over-glorified or was it just a glorified? I mean, if you look at most of Shane's stuff that he's been putting out, they're all kind of glorified vlogs. I think that we kind of expected it to be a vlog style video. But I don't know. He did kind of set it up to maybe be no, because not at one point did it sound like, excuse my voice, I have a little bit of a cold. I don't feel like it was set up to be a documentary in that, it didn't have a documentary feel. Even when they were showing the bits of Tati and James and everything, you saw Rich hugging his pillow and, looking up and kind of looking emotional up at the television screen and everything. I think it always felt like it was going to be a vlog. But an inside look at the beauty community, that's what I thought it was going to be. And this is what I was kind of hoping. I was kind of hoping it would be like, okay, here's all the drama with the big influencers, right? This is all the crazy stuff that happens. Now let's look at some of the smaller influencers that are doing good things in the community and focusing on some of that for an episode. I thought that would have been really, really cool. Shane shouted out my girl Hannah from Smoky Glow, Kara C, and I can't remember. There was a third person that he shouted out. And I was like, wouldn't it be cool? I saw Kara was in one of the videos as a little snippet, but wouldn't it be cool if he did a little bit where he talked about how good Hannah is at really narrowing in on, from a psychological perspective, different aspects of the beauty community, and talking about how she really brings a different perspective. And if he had highlighted that, you know what I mean? That was kind of where I was hoping it would go, that if he talked about the drama, that maybe he could talk about the positive stuff and all the good things that people do in this community. But that didn't happen. So Matthew, I think that, you kind of, I see where you're coming from. I do. The Purple Wall, let me get some of my coffee. I'm losing my voice. Okay. Oh, that's good. I have a chocolate covered cherry coffee this morning and it is so good. It's perfect. All right, the Purple Wall. People sell things to make money. That's how business works. You, the consumer, have to decide if you want to support them with your pocketbook. There you go. There you go. If you want it, buy it. If you don't want it, don't buy it. And a lot of people wanted this stuff. And I think it's because of how people got sucked into the documentary, not documentary, but into the series. Because it feels better to call it kind of a vlog series. Let's see. Modern Style Mel. I thought it was super interesting to watch. I love that they were transparent about the money involved. Everyone has the option to not watch or not buy the products. Absolutely. Evil Queen, it surprised me you shouted out Hannah as she doesn't use Jeffree Star Cosmetics. Oh, I forgot about that. That is interesting. I forgot about that. You're absolutely right. Jessica says, I don't understand why Rich Lux was in the series so much. Shine light on the actual beauty influencers. Well, Rich is friends with Jeffree, so I guess maybe he was around a lot during that period of time. And it seems like Jeffree has an admiration for Rich. When they're sitting there watching Rich's music video, I mean, they're just loving it. That there's a level of admiration there. I thought, I don't know. Like, I guess that's why. I don't know. I'm not sure. Ashley says he was supposed to go into the brand trips and PR too. I really want to see that. Yeah, that would have been cool. Like to kind of go into the documentary, instead of the vlog, kind of go into the documentary things that he does, like when he did about, about the pizza, about, Chuck E. Cheese, and kind of going in and talking about like how PR works and how, brand trips work. I think that would have been cool. Maybe he just didn't have access to that as easily. Maybe that's why. That it would have taken more to have access to that, to find that information. It would have been more work than just filming what was right in front of him. Not that he's, going to shy away from more work. I mean, he's got a team of people, but it's much easier to film what you've got right in front of you than it is to do the research and the digging. Oh, yeah. Somebody said, I scrolled down, but somebody said something about the piece about Morgan's experience going on the brand trip. I was really glad he included that, and how Morgan felt going on that brand trip and how she felt kind of, as like on the side, like she, they were talking about the part where Morgan was saying how people were encouraging her to get plastic surgery and things like that and work done and how that made her feel really uncomfortable. I personally found that part to be, a break from the rest of it, but also a part that I appreciated hearing, her feelings. And I went over and subscribed to Morgan because, like I was sitting there thinking, I was like, oh, Morgan, like maybe she just needs a little extra love or whatever. And then I saw how many subscribers she has, how many views she gets on her videos. Girl is not hurting for views or subscribers. She's doing very, very well, but that doesn't discount her feelings on that trip at all. And I think it's a shame that, she wasn't accepted and she didn't feel good about going. It's just such a shame. And I'm actually surprised because usually with those kinds of things, at a lot of those things, people are like, well, what's your number? What's your number? What's your number? And if you have a higher number, you're seen as more valuable. And maybe that's a testament to that trip, is that numbers didn't matter because she does have a significant following. But still at the same time, that's like such a horrible thing, that she was treated that way. I hope that doesn't get misconstrued because I do think it's absolutely horrible that she was treated that way. But it's also interesting that her numbers didn't save her from being treated that way. It's just an interesting observation. I definitely am the last person to look at someone, maybe not the equal last with a bunch of other people, to care about numbers. And if you look at the people that I'm friends with and hang out with, that I don't care about numbers at all. Definitely, it's all about whether you're a good person or not. And I'm just really sad that Morgan had a sad time. But anyway, I'm looking forward to watching more Morgan's videos. Let's scroll down a bit and see what people are talking about. Marissa says they never updated us on the break-in and they didn't even mention names or anyone when talking about Morgan. I just feel like a lot was tiptoes around besides the money part. Yeah, I agree. Angela, if you're looking for Morgan's channel, I can't remember what it is, but if you go to any of Shane's series, you'll find a link to her channel there. Talking about how awesome Jamie French is, Tammy. Jamie French is awesome. I do enjoy her very much. Anything else you guys want to talk about this? I kind of said what I wanted to say about it. Here you go. Melanie wants to know, why is everyone stuck on drama? I don't enjoy a lot of drama. It can affect me personally. Excuse me. Yeah. I don't know, but it is a thing. It is definitely a thing. If you look at just the growth of drama channels in the past, year or so, 2 years, I mean, it's what people are interested in. And I think that maybe, in my opinion, this is my opinion, is that, we all have our own problems, our own issues, our own things going on. And, just like reality TV, it's kind of an escape to go into someone else's problems and someone else's drama. And I think that might be why drama is so popular. It also may just be, for some people, watching drama is an entertainment. You detach yourself from the fact that these are actual human beings, and it's entertaining for a lot of people. So, we look at, how viewed a channel is that does makeup tutorials, does makeup reviews strictly. And then you look at the views of a drama channel, and the drama channel will beat them every time, as long as the drama channel is done in a way that people find entertaining. So it's just the way our society is right now. YouTube used to all be about education, and now it's all about entertainment. And unfortunately, the negative things are entertaining to a lot of people. Samantha says, I didn't watch because I don't like drama either. Jesse says, it's interesting they brought up James Charles March, but then didn't touch the subject when that all imploded. Yeah, I was kind of waiting on that. I was thinking, that was some foreshadowing when they talked about, Jeffree going into the warehouse and looking and saying, this is all James Charles merch, all of this. He sells so much merch. I was like, oh, that's really interesting foreshadowing, putting that in there. And then I remember there was another foreshadowing piece that I thought they put in there, but I don't remember what it was. But yeah, and then they didn't come back to it. I really thought that, and maybe at the time they thought that was the way it was going to be, but it didn't ever end up being brought up. And it may be brought up. I mean, Shane said there's going to be at least one more part in the series. It's supposed to be 9 parts. It sounds like it might just be 7. We'll have to wait and see. Cynthia says, forget all about the selling stuff. That was the whole point of the series. The issue I have with it is that they advertise as covering drama, and that's how it sold out. They don't want to put that out, I think is what you're trying to say. It did look like from the trailer it was going to be about, digging into the behind the scenes of the beauty community, and then it didn't end up being. But I do disagree that I think by the time the merch came out and by the time the palette came out, we knew what the series was going to be about, and that it wasn't about the community. So anybody that bought it, I think by that point, hopefully they realized that it wasn't about that anymore. So Tracy says, I have to say drama is a secret vice of mine, but only occasionally. I actually do watch the tutorials and reviews before I buy makeup. Me too. I feel like we're like soul sisters on this. I feel like same thing. I do watch drama channels sometimes. Mostly it's to keep up on things. Because I do know a lot of people in the community. I like to know, what's happening. Also with What's Up in Makeup, it's good to know what's happening. Also with reviewing products, now, with the, the people behind the products being so important to so many people, I try to keep up on what's happening with all the different people. So if they come out with stuff, I'm at least aware before people come at me and attack me for purchasing something. At least I know what the story is. So I do watch a lot of drama channels. There's certain drama channels I won't watch, and the drama channels I've refused to watch and refused to even give a view are the ones that I feel like sensationalize and exaggerate situations in order to get views. And some of them outright lie about things that are happening in order to get views. Those are ones that I refuse to watch. There are ones that I watch that I do feel like have a good solid level of integrity and care about presenting factual information along with their personal opinions. And those are the ones that I watch personally. Marcy needs a breakfast burrito. The struggle is real. I hear you. All right, so let's go ahead and move on a bit. We're going to take a little break, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what is on my face today, and then we'll go into Nick Snider's party that I attended. So on my face today, lips are, I've been doing a lot of lip combos, Dose of Colors, Play It Cool, mixed with Dose of Colors Truffle. I've been loving mixing my Dose of Colors lipsticks recently. It's been a blast. Sometimes I use Dose of Colors. Sometimes I use Ofra. Sometimes I use just whatever is in my lipstick, my lipstick drawer. It just kind of is whatever the mood I'm in the mood for. But since I just purchased a bunch of these, I've really been digging on the Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks and playing with those. On my eyes today, I did use just the Conspiracy palette. And I'll show you what shades I used. So in the crease, really for, matte, more natural colors, we've got Tanacon and Diet Root Beer. Those are the two. So if you're of a deeper skin tone, these aren't going to work for that. They're going to be, depending on your skin tone, it's going to have to, maybe be highlight colors, things like that. Probably going to have to reach for another palette for that. But how many of these do we actually need? That's up to you to decide. So I use both of these up in my crease, brow bone. I use What's the Tea? That's this color that's on my lid, this blue color. I use Diet Cola. No, I didn't. I used Ranch on the inner corner. And I used a little bit of Illuminati on my outer corner. So that's what's happening on my face today. All right, let me take another sip of this. I've had a cold since Friday. You may have heard it a little bit in What's Up in Makeup. That was when I started feeling kind of bleh. All right, so let's talk a little bit about Nick Snider's housewarming party. So if you do not know Nick Snider, he's from The Viewer's Voice. He has a drama channel, really good friends with Rich Lux and that whole crew. I knew I was going to get some crap for going. And what I've just decided is I'm going to do what I want to do. And if people don't like what I do, then that's fine. I can't care. I can't care about every single person dictating what I should do with my life. I just can't care. And if I want to do something, I'm going to do it. I'm not a big fan of people telling me what I can and can't do. I don't like to tell other people what they can and can't do. And I wanted to go. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go. Are they perfect people? Absolutely not. Are any of us perfect people? Absolutely not. I don't feel like it's my right to be judge and jury for every human on this planet, especially people that I don't know really well. So so I decided to go, and I'm really glad that I did. I ended up bunking with Michelle Wong. If you don't know her, she has a high-end makeup channel, not high-end, luxury makeup channel, Michellewang. She allowed me to stay with her and Flowerbomb 31. Her name is Natalie, and I've been following Natalie for a very, very long time. So it was cool to finally meet her in person and hang out with them. So most of my time was actually spent with them because I was staying with them. And it was awesome. It was great to spend more time with them. I've met Michelle a couple of times, and we get along super, super well. Natalie, we got along very well with her as well. Really, really great hanging out with them. So we ended up going to their meet and greet. I felt a little weird going to their meet and greet. I just didn't want, it wasn't my thing, man. It wasn't for me. It was for them. It was for them to meet their subscribers, and I felt weird. And then Nick sent me a message and asked if I was coming, and I was like, all right, I'll go then. If Nick's okay with me being there, I'll go. So I went, the three of us went, and it was great. I'm so glad that I went. And it's funny because you would think a drama channel kind of situation where you've got, standing up there, you've got Petty Page, you've got Nick Snider, you've got Rich Lux, and then Pop Lux from Nady from Pop Lux up there. Nady is not a drama channel. Nady has an excellent review channel. If you've never seen Nady, I highly recommend you go check out his channel. It's called Pop Lux. It's amazing. But don't watch it in front of the kids. He cusses a lot of mature jokes in there. So don't watch it in front of the kids. But you would think that there would have been drama there, that there would have been some kind of like tea to be spilled on the event. There wasn't at all. Everybody got along super well. Everybody's just walking around meeting people. I got to meet Margot Indigo, Jake Yance TV. I got to meet him. Who else did I meet? I got to meet so many people. So many. The Nosy Hausfrau, who I had just subscribed to not that long ago. Got to meet her. T by Allie was there. I didn't get to talk to Allie a whole lot, but she was there. I mean, it was just a really chill place for people to just walk around and just hang out. I got to just meet a lot of people that are subscribed to the channel, people with YouTube channels, people without YouTube channels. And it was just so fun, like it was just really chill. I was actually really sad when it was over because I wanted to hang out with people more. So it was really fun. I didn't get to hang out with Rich very much for the whole event. Rich was very sparsely in there. I mean, he did the meet and greet part, and then he disappeared, and then he came out, and then he disappeared again. So I didn't get to hang. Oh, and Jen Gerard. How could I not meet? I forgot. How could I? Sorry, Jen. Duh. I blame the cold. Jen Gerard from Gerard Cosmetics, absolute sweetheart. Got to hang out with her for a while, have some great conversation with her. And yeah, got to hang out with Jen Gerard. I'm so sorry, Jen. I'm glad someone said Jen's name, because that would have been a darn shame if I had forgotten to mention Jen Gerard. So anyway, so we went to the meet and greet. It was super fun. They had little appetizers, drinks, things like that. And then we ended up going out actually with Jen Gerard and a bunch of other people. We went over to a place called the Capitol Grill, which is, we have one here in Baltimore. And then there was one that was like right next to our hotel. We ended up going out, hanging out there, chatting a bunch more. I sat next to Jen, so I got to talk to her quite a bit about, you know, her perspective on the beauty community, everything. Absolutely fascinating to hear her talk. So that was really interesting. Got some food and then headed over to Nick's for the after party kind of thing for his actual housewarming party. And that was fun as well. And I was talking to Nick afterward, and it was like, you know what's really cool? This is what Nick said. He's like, you know what's really cool is that it wasn't about social media when we were there. We all turned off our phones, like except for the occasional selfie kind of thing and posting a selfie to Instagram. Like, people were not in their phones. People were having conversation. We were, you know, 1 minute I'm talking to Nady, the next minute I'm talking to Nick, you know, next minute I'm talking to Paige about babies, you know, and it was like just people just talking to other people. And you hear all the time, and I've seen it at events where people are just in their phones the whole time. They're not having conversation. They're not getting to know people. They're just in their phones. And it wasn't like that at all. Like, everybody was just hanging out and meeting new people. And it was wonderful. And I am so thankful that I went. I got to, you know, meet so many really nice people and see them in person, you know, and talk to them in person and get to know them and who they are as a person. My only big, like I didn't get to talk to Allie very much, which was a bummer for me. And then not getting to talk to Rich very much was a huge bummer for me. You know, I was really looking forward to getting to know him a little bit better, getting to know Allie a little more. And I just didn't get to do that, which is such a bummer. So that just means I have to go again sometime. But I honestly, like, I don't have any tea to spill for you guys. Like, I don't. It was really wonderful. Diamond Doll, who I know is not a fan of this group of people. You have to be careful who you associate, whether you like it or not. You're known for the company you keep, and that's fine. And people can judge me all they want, and that's fine. If people want to judge me that way, I'm going to do what I want. And that's what it comes down to. And I wanted to go. I had fun. I enjoyed hanging out with people. And that's the way it's going to be. And if I end up, you know, invited to a party with the people that you love and enjoy, I will happily go. And I'm sure I will love hanging out with them as well. And I'm going to hang out with who I want to hang out with. If you want to judge me for the company I keep, for the people I associate with, that's fine. I honestly don't care anymore. That's the answer to that. But I appreciate you sharing your feelings and your thoughts. But I'm going to do what I want to do, you know? And you know what? I want to, somebody said, Nady, I want to just like reinforce for you how much of a sweetheart Nady is. Nady is just such a kind soul. I got to talk to him probably the longest next to Nick. Nick and Paige probably, but I got to talk to Nady the longest. And we just talked about all kinds of things about YouTube and about, you know, money stuff in YouTube and views on YouTube and, you know, his palette that he's going to be launching eventually. And we just got in a really good conversation, and he is such a sweetheart. It was like that when I talked to Nady. Just really, really wonderful conversation with him. He's a great guy, really and truly. Just really appreciated that conversation. So Sassy Red says, why do we only have to associate with certain people? Being well-rounded in the people we know makes us better people. And I really, you know, our society right now is so incredibly judgmental based on limited information. You can take one thing that somebody said, and I've had this happen to me, you know, take one thing and say, because they said this or because they did this, that means they are this. That means they believe this. That means that they are this kind of person. And I don't know when we all became judge and jury for every single person on the internet, but I don't want to be a part of that. I know in the past I've said things like I thought Jeffree Star was a cruddy human. I've said, you know, things like that about people before, and I don't want to be like that anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's right. And I don't think that, I mean, I just don't think it's right for me to pass judgment, especially publicly. I can think that somebody's not my people based on what they, how they show themselves to be, but who am I to say that anybody 100% is this or that? I'm nobody to say that, especially somebody that I've never met in my life. It's one thing if I'm talking about, somebody that I know well, I can tell you from personal experience because I know that person well, but I'm just done. I'm just done with that. I don't want to be that kind of person. So we're all imperfect. Exactly, Jenny. We're all imperfect. We're all human. And I just don't want to be like that. That's just, I don't want to be like that anymore. Kathy says, judgments because you're kind to all kinds of people and want to be social. How is that a bad thing? I'm still confused as to why anyone would have a problem with your accepting a party invite. Yeah, I mean, because they don't like those people and they feel like they're bad people because of situations and things. And I just feel like there's so much gray and people try very hard to simplify and turn things into black and white, and there's so much gray. And I want to stress, that doesn't mean that I agree with everything these people have done. That doesn't mean that I endorse everything these people have done. That doesn't mean that I don't think that these people have done and said things that I would never do, would never say, do not believe is correct. But I'm not going to shut them out completely because they made a mistake or because they, were one way a long, long time ago. And, I just don't feel like I have that right to judge someone completely. That doesn't mean I can't disapprove of things that people say or do. And I will continue to disapprove and be a loudmouth about things that I disagree with. Like when the video came out of Rich saying the N-word, I was very vocal about how I thought that was a horrible thing to say and that should never be said and that it's pure ignorance. And I'll continue to say things like that. But am I going to completely say I will never talk to Rich ever again? Absolutely not, because I'm not judge and jury. That's the way I feel. So Tab, one of our wonderful moderators, says, please stop arguing among yourselves because if you guys start name calling and stuff, they're going to put you on little timeouts and stuff to let you cool down a bit. So that was that. I feel like we learn and grow as humans. And, I'm kind of thinking out loud a lot here. I may watch this back and tweak my thoughts and tweak my feelings and opinions about things, which I probably will. It's another flaw of watching YouTube videos is that, people feel because you say one thing that you have to be that one thing forever, that there can't be a process of growth. There can't be a learning curve to things where people change a little bit. So I may watch this back and say, you know what, I don't really agree 100% with what I said. I kind of feel a little bit more this way or a little bit more that way. And also I don't judge anybody for liking or disliking who you choose to. You have a right to like or dislike who you choose to. I just ask that you allow me to, have that same right. And we can all have different opinions and still coexist and still have mutual respect, in my opinion. So, all right. So Dreamer JS wants to talk about the Ofra trip with Samantha March. Okay. So that was pretty much my trip to Texas. Definitely go check out Flowerbomb31 and Michelle Wong, both amazing people, great YouTube channels. Definitely go check them out because they were my roommates and they're both very, very sweet people. Okay, Ofra trip with Samantha. So I got home on Sunday evening. I spent Monday with my family, and then Tuesday I left for Florida. I went down for the Ofra launch of their Soul Palette, which I believe it's available at Ofra's website and also at Ulta's website. On Ofra's website, make sure you use a discount code because it is more expensive over there. So if you use the discount code JEN on the Ofra website, it brings it down to the Ulta price, which is a super weird thing to do. I don't know why they do that. I'll be honest with you. I have no idea why they do that. It's very, very weird. But I do believe it brings it down. But I get commission if you use code JEN on Ofra's website. Or you just go to Ulta's website and do whatever you want. So anyway, I got there at the airport and actually Samantha was supposed to be there before me. She's supposed to arrive half an hour before me, but her plane was delayed. So I waited for her, maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, and we got our rental car, went back to the hotel, and we just talked till about midnight, and just got to know each other, because Samantha was saying this on her Instagram stories, and it's true. Like, we've met each other at events before, but we've never actually had any one-on-one, just hang out, talk time. And it was wonderful getting to know her. She is an incredible person. I'm just blown away by her. She's an incredible person. So we ended up, we went down, we got some appetizers at the restaurant downstairs, and we talked, drank a little bit of wine, went upstairs. And if Samantha's watching this, we forgot to finish our bottle of wine that was in the fridge. It's still, I'm sure they threw it away by now, but we left it there because we didn't finish the bottle of wine between us. So we hung out, and then the next day we woke up and went to the Soul Party launch, and it was absolutely fabulous. I got to meet Kathleen Lights, who was such a sweetheart. I feel like kind of a jerk, though, because, like, if you remember, there was in What's Up in Makeup, we covered this, and Tab and I went back and forth. She created an image for this, and it was hilarious, but Kathleen had created these necklaces that were for the different star signs, and the Capricorn one came out Carpricorn. So Tab created a carp with a unicorn horn image, and it was amazing. So I was talking to her about that, and I felt really bad because it was a mistake that her brand made, and I probably shouldn't have brought it up. I just thought that it was great, and I don't know. I wish that she had sold them because they're super funny to me. I think that she should have not pulled them and sold them. But we talked about that. We talked about the launch of Lights Lacquer and how excited I was for her for the launch of Lights Lacquer. And she actually ended up adding me to the PR for Lights Lacquer. So I'm actually wearing one of them on my nails today. This is I can't remember which one it is, but there are no other ones that look like this. It's got a little bit of a pink shift. It's like a brown with a little bit of a pink shift. It's really, really pretty. I put on 2 coats. It's still a little bit on the sheer side. I think if I put on 3 coats, it would be completely opaque. And I just put on yesterday, so I'll have to keep you posted on what I think of them. But that was really kind of her to send over the PR package to me. But she was so sweet and funny, and exactly the way she is in her videos. And I really enjoyed meeting her. I also got to spend a lot of time with Ofra, who is the namesake of Ofra Cosmetics. She is a sweetheart. Oh my gosh. Got to talk to her for a while about her history and all the places she's lived all over the world. And that was amazing. And got to meet a lot of the Ofra staff. And I was really kind of sad, though, that I didn't get to hang out with a lot of the influencers that were there. I didn't really get to talk to a lot of people. I really wanted to be more friendly and go up to people, but it seemed like everybody was kind of in their own little groups. And I didn't want to just walk up to a group of people and be like, hey, I'm Jen, and interrupt their conversation. You know what I'm saying? It was super weird. But I do wish I had gotten to meet some of the influencers there that I'd never met before. I didn't get to meet many people outside of the people that I talked to. So, yeah, I'm really kind of sad about that. That's one thing that I wish I'd been able to do at the party. But the party was great. It was fun. Food was good. I took some pictures of Samantha on the beach doing beach yoga. And did I say yoga? I think I did. Yoga. She is a yoga queen. If you look on her, I don't know if I can, let me find it real quick. I'll find a picture on my phone of this picture that I took of her doing yoga. She's ridiculous. Like, you could tell, like, most of the people there, like, you could tell they didn't do yoga, which is fine. I didn't even try. Like, I give them props for trying. Let me see if I can find the picture. There it is. Wait. Yep. Right there. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Oh, yeah, you can't see it. It's right there. Okay, you can see it there. I forgot it turns blurry. But yeah, Samantha doing beach yoga. Amazing. She's ridiculous. But yeah, and then I got to hang out with their Ofra's daughter. Her name is Corinne. She's amazing. I got to spend a lot of time with her. And then after the party, okay. So hung out with Corinne a lot, talked to her. She's always been such a sweetheart. I've known her for years. Went home, changed, and then Samantha and I and another member of the staff, Shayna, we went out and we had pizza and we had ice cream. Samantha's ice cream attacked her and melted everywhere. She actually ended up with ice cream in her shoe. Don't ask me how. I mean, her ice cream exploded on her, but it was amazing ice cream. It was so good. It's like in the shoe store. If you've ever been, I don't know. It's in Miami. It's a shoe store in Miami, and they have cereal all on the wall. And you pick cereals to mix into your ice cream, and they have this machine that like blends it all together. It was incredible. It was so good. Then we took a walk down to the beach, and it was just so much fun. And then the next morning, Corinne gave me a tour of the Ofra lab. So the way that it works is the front is all of their offices, all their business offices. And then when you go in the back, you get to see like the design team that's designing stuff, and, all the labels that they put on stuff. They have all these rolls of labels. And then we went back into the actual lab, put on our hair nets and everything, like you've seen in videos, people, touring labs. I didn't take any pictures at all, which is, I don't think I was allowed to. I didn't even try. But it was so cool, like watching the assembly lines and how they do things, and how they take the products and actually get them into the packaging and the whole system. And I got to meet some of the people that work back there. There was one woman that's worked with them since they started, and she's still working there, which I thought was incredible. That's just a testament to how great of a company they are. And it was just really cool, like watching, the highlight. Let me show you. Hold on a second. Oh, it's way over there. I can't reach it. But you guys know, like the Ofra highlighters, how they have like that swirl in them. I got to see how that's done, like how the stamp goes in and it gives it the swirl. I don't know. It was just really cool. It was cool to see, all the ingredients, in their packages. It was just so cool. It was really, really neat. So it was a lot of fun. I had a great time. So I flew back the next day. I flew back on. I flew back on Thursday. And then Friday, I recorded What's Up in Makeup. Saturday, I added a What's Up in Makeup, and now we're here. So that's been what I've been doing. Kendall says, wait. It mixes cereal into ice cream. Is it crushed up together, or is the cereal whole? This is important information to have. It's crushed up in there. They crush it all in there, which it would have been kind of cool if they had the option of having it like mixed in too. So if you wanted like bigger chunkies, I'm a big chunky person when it comes to ice cream. I like the big chunkies. So, but it was really cool. Really, really cool. Yeah, it's like a machine. Like they pour the cereal in, and then they pour the ice cream. I didn't see the whole thing. I don't know exactly. I can't remember exactly how they get it all in the machine. Machine like, and then it like soft serves it out. So cool. Sweet Pea Kate said things are spicy in chat. Thank you so much to our moderators for trying to keep things cool. That's just a sign that I'm going to get wrecked in the comments of this, and that's fine. I believe that everybody has a right to do and be who they choose to be. And I don't think that being less judgmental is a bad thing. I don't think being kind is a bad thing. I know people are going to disagree, and that's okay, but I refuse to be something just because people want me to be something. That's just how I feel. I mean, I like being friends with lots of different people. And if we can't just be friends with all different kinds of people, how are we going to share our opinions when we disagree? If we don't have a relationship with people that we disagree with occasionally, how can we help them to maybe see things a different way if we don't open up that line of communication? If I just shut everybody out that disagrees with me on everything, then it'll always be us versus them. It'll always be this versus this. And we'll never have communication if we don't open up our hearts to, not being so darn judgmental. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see a problem with that. That's just me. SLM says that's cool to watch the makeup being made. That being said, I also love watching beauty news makeup breakup series, so I feel the urge to crush up the makeup. That really was a genius idea. Absolutely genius. I give them super credit for coming up with makeup breakup. I wish I had thought of it, and I didn't. It's a genius idea. Absolutely genius. Leslie says, does anyone come for you for going and hanging out with these folks? I'm sure they will. Not yet, but I'm sure they will. And that's okay. That's okay. Okay. Michelle was texting me because I left my hair in Texas. I left my hair in Texas. So you may have noticed in What's Up in Makeup that I have my natural hair. It's because I left my hair in Texas and Michelle's mailing it to me. I had to text her and be like, Michelle, I left my hair in the closet. Can you grab it for me and mail it to me? And people are like, that sounds like a country song. I left my hair in Texas. I should not sing with a cold. I'm bad enough of a singer without a cold, but with a cold, it's even worse. So, yeah. Melissa says, I want ice cream for breakfast now. It was really good. It was really, really good. Chrissy says communication is key to growth. We need it. I totally agree. And if we don't allow that conversation to have, if we don't open up our hearts enough to have that conversation, then we'll always be in these different camps and nobody's ever going to listen to each other. You know? So thank you, Michelle. Okay, so back to Michelle. Thank you for mailing me my hair. I appreciate it. So until then, I'm going to have my natural hair. So there you go. Oh, my friend Valerie says, you had such a good time, your wig got snatched. I'll leave. It did. I left it in the closet. I don't usually put things in the closet. That's why I left it in the closet. But I had to hang it up. And I didn't want to just leave it hanging in the hotel for everybody to like see my hair just hanging in the hotel. But yeah, so we've got about 10 minutes left. We'll talk about whatever you all want to talk about. Cleo says, OMG, I almost typed that out as a country song about the hair, brain lock. Yeah, it is. You know, Crystal says, you know, you have a good time if you forget your hair. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. Jennifer says, that's what I love about you. I completely agree that we should be friends with people who are kind to us and open the line of communication to have discussion. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. Lynn says, what do you think about Laura's highlighters? I haven't seen them. Actually, no, I have seen them. I don't know. I would have to put my fingers in them. Laura Lee launched some products for holiday. I did see them, but I only saw it very quickly. I didn't see, like, I noticed that, I think I remember that the lipsticks didn't look like shades that I would personally wear. The highlighters look pretty, though. Gemma says, Jen, that photo of you and Nady is adorable. The one with Nick is gorgeous, too. Oh, my gosh. I love both those pictures. Let me see if I can show you. In case you haven't seen them, I'll show you the pictures real quick. Like, we're just hanging out as friends. I'm just showing you pictures. Let's see. I have to go before Florida. Conspiracy palette pictures. Okay. So this is the picture of me and Nady. Hold on, I have to wait for it to load off the cloud. That's the picture of me and Nady. So cute. And then there's the picture of me and Nick. I wore my glasses there because my contacts were messing up. But I took them off when I was taking pictures, except that one actually turned out kind of cute with my glasses. Yeah, so that's that. Oh, about somebody said Jaclyn Hill invited drama channels to her party. Lisa said, you know, I don't know. I don't like to judge somebody's motivation. You know, I don't like to judge. It's possible that she invited them. I'm not saying this is it. It's possible she invited them in order to get on their good side. It's possible she invited them just because she was trying to be nice and make peace and there wasn't any ulterior motive. There's a lot of possibilities of why. Maybe she just wanted to meet them. Who knows? Let's see. Wacko Jacko Makeup says, did I miss the Shane Jeffree stuff? Yep, that was at the very beginning, but this is going to upload to my channel so you can watch it on the replay. Chrissy says, Michelle must have been crying, laughing, getting your hair. I'm sure she was. It's like, how often do you have to, like, yeah. Afrest, how's your puppy? She's doing so good. She's doing really, really good. She hasn't been getting as many stomach aches lately, which is really good. She's getting so big. She's almost full grown. She's doing very, very, very well. Thank you for asking. She's doing good. Stephanie says, Lunar Beauty says, Moonspell is their holiday palette, no Christmas launch. Yes, that's what I heard from Manny as well, is that Moonspell was their launch for now. Melanie says, Nick is so gorgeous. So is Nady. I think they would be a good couple. Yes, I agree. They're very cute. Oh, the puppy is coming. See, my husband watches, so he knows. Hey, Nick. Speaking of Nick being here. Hello, hello. All right. Are her and Sam besties yet? Not really. Hi, puppy. Hold on, let me go. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I got it. Oh, baby. There she is. That's my baby. Hi, honey. I try not to let her lick my face because I don't like her licking my makeup. Watch. She's shy. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Oh, the baby. Yeah, she's doing so well. Yeah. My husband's making faces at her, hoping she'll turn that way. She's squiggly. All right, baby. She doesn't want to be up here. But yeah, she's doing so good. And she's a little cuddle bug. Sassy Red, do you think the launch craze has calmed down? She stopped squiggling. The launch craze, no. I think it just depends on what it is. I mean, I think that if the marketing is good enough, people are going to be excited about the launch. I think it just comes down to the type of hype and how you hype a product. That's what it comes down to. Oh, baby. Ah, baby. All right, you want to take her back? There you go. Oop, I got stuck. Hold on. I got it. My thumb got her. Oh, she's stuck. Okay, there we go. Got her? Bye, baby. I see you doing. Okay. Bye, honey. Bye, honey. Yeah, Christine. She's a Cavalier King Charles. Yeah. She's such a sweetheart. She's a good baby. She is a daddy's girl. She cuddles with him all the time. Yeah, she's got big old ears. She's got like a pug face and big floppy, what you call it? Spaniel ears. Thank you. Sincerely, Kristen says, Nick, anyone ever tell you resemble Eminem? That's interesting. Hadn't thought about that. Aw, Kristen says, your husband Jen with a smiley face and hearts. He's wonderful. He's absolutely wonderful. Oh, Kelsey says, I've found so many new great channels to watch from your recommendations. Jen, love your videos. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know, I feel like I'm in a good place, you know, as far as, you know, really liking my channel, liking who I am as a person, and just liking where I'm at mentally. I'm in a good place right now. It's good stuff. And I'm in a good place with accepting that people aren't going to like what I say all the time, but I have to be true to who I am. And if you don't like that, that's okay. That's all right. That's fine. It's totally okay. Are you planning? AYS says, are you planning to review the new Laura Lee Los Angeles kits? If I get them in PR, maybe, but I'm not planning on purchasing them. So. Oh, yes. Beth says you got to meet Vivian Tries. I did. Oh, my gosh. I love her so much. If you like As Seen on TV reviews, let me show you a picture of me and Vivian. Oh, my gosh. She's amazing. There's Vivian. That's me and Vivian. One of my favorite YouTube channels of all time. She's so funny. Again, another one you don't want to watch in front of the kids. And this is a picture of me and the valet because he was super nice. So I took a picture of me and the valet guy that was there. He was just so funny and nice. People think that this picture, it looks like I photoshopped myself in. This was the setup of them meeting people. Oh, I forgot to thank Teresa Romer for welcoming us into her home. That was so sweet of her to do that. And all the money for the tickets went to charity, which I thought was awesome. I think it was human trafficking was the charity that the money went to. But yeah, thank you to Teresa Romer for welcoming us into her home. She's the one right here. You can't really see her, but yeah, it was fun. I love Vivian. She is amazing. Oh my gosh. Hi, baby. This is my big baby. That's my big baby. This is Sam. He's a Brittany, and he's amazing. Hi, baby. He wants to give me hugs. He likes to give hugs like a person. So he's trying to give me a hug right now. He likes to stand up like that. Like that is his comfy place, is standing up on two legs. See, look how happy he is standing up. Hi. Oh my gosh, all the babies are here. Oh, Chrissy says, please leave a thumbs up when you leave chat or now. Thank you, Chrissy, for that. When you leave thumbs up on a video, it tells YouTube to share it with more people. So I appreciate that. I did meet Petty Page, Mama Goonie. Hi, Mama Goonie. I got to meet her. We mostly talked about having babies, like not the actual act of having babies, but what it's like to have an infant in your life and how difficult it can be. That was our big conversation. So, thoughts on the new FTC guidelines, such as something sponsored if include. Okay, I did not see that. There's FTC guidelines apparently. Let me see if I can find it. The word was covered. Man. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can find it because that's interesting. Because I haven't heard of that. I'm gonna have to look it up. Hold on. I need to find this. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Find it before we run out of time. Arg, I can't find it. I'll have to look into that and get back to you because I can't find your comment. Apparently something about FTC guidelines changing. I'll have to check that. Jamie says, I'm glad that your perspective has changed without knowing anyone. You can hang out with anyone you want and like anyone. And I send that out to anybody else as well. And I know there are people that are going to be mad at me for that. And I get it. But it's like, I can't be everything to everybody. I can't. I just have to be myself. And that's all I can do. If I try to be everything to everybody, I'm going to drive myself insane. I did it for years and I can't do it. I just can't do it. Melanie says, honestly, if my boyfriend brought dogs to me randomly, that would be the only way I would get married. He's amazing. He does more than that. He's amazing. All right. So it is officially time to end chat. Oh, okay. Barbara says the word sponsored if PR is included. Oh, I'll have to look that up. I don't see PR as a sponsorship because a lot of times we don't even ask for it. It just shows up. That's why I took my address off of my channel because I didn't want to get random PR stuff I didn't want. Because then I have to figure out what to do with it. And then they're expecting me to do something. The reason why they set it out is because they're expecting me to create content with it. And I can't create content with everybody's product. So I'd rather control the flow by putting in my address. They don't send it to me so I can give it away. They're sending it to me so I want to do something. So I do something with it. So I had to cut that off. But okay, so if I got these lipsticks in PR, it's I can buy these lipsticks if I want to buy them, which I did. I did buy them. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that being sponsored. I do agree. I think that people should say if they got something in PR. I think that needs to be disclosed. Should be #gifted, sent in PR. That should be a thing. I think we should always be saying what we got in PR, what we didn't get in PR, but I don't think that's the same as a sponsored video. I disagree with that strongly. Because if I'm getting paid $1,000 to talk about these lipsticks, that's a sponsorship. If I'm just getting two $18 lipsticks, that's not a sponsorship. I can't pay my bills with lipstick. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a huge difference between that. Huge difference. That's my opinion. All right, I got to go. Rest of my throat. Thank you so much for being here in live chat. I appreciate you. If you are mad at me, I'm sorry. If you're disappointed in me, I'm sorry. Can't be everything to everybody. I'm just going to be myself. If you unsubscribe, I wish you well. I hope you find channels you like better. If you're sticking with me, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you if you're sticking with me. I do. I appreciate you guys so much. But, you can't be everybody's cup of tea. And I like who I am. I'm happy with who I am. Maybe I'll change my mind in the future. Maybe you can leave me a comment and convince me to change my mind. That's what things are all about, right? All right. Love you guys. Thanks so much for being here. Mad love. And I will see you in a video very, very soon. Conspiracy palette video coming out soon. I am planning on filming it this week. Oh, and I didn't get the Tati palette in the mail yet. So I have no idea when that's coming. So I don't know. No idea when that review is coming. I still don't have it. We'll see. All right. Mad love. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.